Hey, come over.
No, straight over. Hey, come over here. Come over here. Come over here. I've got to. Hey, you beautiful Buccaneers, Falcore here. So the new Legend of the Veil update has brought with it an insane amount of lore reveals, and it's not something I can pack all into one video. So much like the modules that exist within the game mode, I will be going through the more important ones in each video. So to start with, let's talk about what's under the waves. So in one of the modules for this new voyage, we are sent to investigate a ship graveyard. Keep in mind that everything we read in this journal, apart from the little pirate post-it notes, are mostly all the words of the Servant of Flame, intercepted by members of Athena's Fortune. In the Servant of Flame's words, he discovers that a fleet has been taken down by the pesky sirens, and it was his intention to have his reapers to go and retrieve their cargo before they were lost to the depths. Upon finding the manifest of these ships, we discover that these were in fact his vessels, and the sirens took them out for some unknown reason, possibly to acquire the Veil Stones, as the sirens sure do like messing with the Stones of Power. As we already know, they use similar stones to turn an ancient into a siren hundreds of years ago. But this isn't a story about the sirens. This is more about what or who was commanding the vessels. So, during the release of the adventures within Sea of Thieves, we discovered two things. One, that the Servant of Flame is in fact Flameheart's son, and two, the Phantoms and the Forts were brought into the land of the living by Flameheart himself. We also learned that the Phantoms seem to have a keen interest in what is now left of Arena and Sea Dog's Tavern. It appears they had ransacked the place and stripped it of its paintings seen in Mercy's End Fortress, along with a few other items. However, in this current update, these pictures have now all seemingly disappeared. With the Sea Dogs now essentially going into retirement, this means there is a lot of open vacancies on the seas at the moment, and a lot of pirates looking for work to keep their bellies full. Although as players, we all know that the Reapers are nasty work, and are essentially a faction working for Flameheart himself, the day-to-day citizens probably know very little, and just see them as a possible investment. The reason I'm telling you all of this is because if you look at the sunken vessels at the shipwreck graveyard, they all share the same colors as the Arena cosmetics.
I have whole fleets at my command. From my ship, I shall conquer the Sea of Thieves.
I mean, sure, they don't look identical, as they've obviously been weathered by the tide and scratched to shreds by the sirens, but don't you think it odd they chose the colors of every single ship here to be similar to the Sea Dog colors? Even the good boy cream and gold makes an appearance. Now, you could argue they merely did this for design and accessibility to make it easier for players to know which ship they have previously visited, but if that was the case, why not just make them all generic wood color with different figureheads, or given them different colored lights, or even different ship types, a sloop, a brig, a galleon, etc.? I believe this is 100% on purpose, and given that the Phantoms, working for Flameheart, showed great interest in the Sea Dogs' leftover assets, and given that most of the leftover representatives of Sea Dogs share tales of wanting to be free on the seas once again, I think it's entirely likely that the ships that we see here are in fact what has become of the Sea Dogs after they changed allegiance, whether it was their own choice or forced upon them to fulfill the agenda of the Reapers. But I know what you're thinking. DeMarco, being the son of the Pirate Lord, would never agree to something like this. Even if he was the one who decided to shut down the Arena Tavern, he would have to be removed from the picture surely for allowing people to take his ships, his paintings, and his honor. But as we all know, a new mystery is coming to Sea of Thieves, and the developers have stated that a well-known Sea of Thieves character will be involved in a murder mystery, coming in Season 6. So it won't be long until DeMarco hears word of what has happened, and it's possible that someone would have to silence him before word gets out.
I'm just getting started!